last lecture, oh, excuse me, I again pointed out, I'm just going to kind of go over this, that the war dragged on the deadlock, the Korean War, until July 1953. And there was an armistice, okay, temporary truce. The Korean War has still not ended to this day, okay, keep that in mind. There was well over 2 million dead, as I mentioned, and Korea remains divided. So if you look here in this picture, the DMZ, or the demilitarized zone, and we can actually take tours of this, there's like lines where there's simply one side staring down the other, and you actually have like a North Korean and often an American soldier just staring at each other, like mad dogging each other for entire shifts. It's kind of crazy. So this is the condition of Korea still. And so on this note, just to say that, but things have really changed. Communist China is now a thriving capitalist state that's led by the Communist Party, and that's confusing. I may or may not get a chance in this lecture to kind of go over that, but China is still officially communist, but it is, capitalism has been allowed in, and it's controlled by the Communist Party. So what you see in China now is its own thing. Just know, if you're a little bit confused, you have a right to be, okay? But essentially, China is one of the fastest growing capitalist countries led by a communist political party, China. So, yeah. Modern South Korea is a thriving metropolis, also a thriving capitalist country, state. And North Korea, it is urban, industrialized, but at nighttime you won't see all the lights, as my friend has experienced living there on the border. And then here we're left with the question of North Korea's nuclear ambitions. This cartoon, you may agree or disagree. I mean, so what's the point? We own a stockpile of nuclear weapons. We're the only country who dropped nuclear weapons, and then we tell somebody like North Korea, you can't have a nuclear weapon, and that you're too crazy for it. Now, you might agree that North Korea is not reliable to have a nuclear weapon. I don't want anybody to, because a nuclear weapon can destroy everything. But I think that we should not forget that as a leading nation of stopping nuclear proliferation, the irony, and it's not lost on the world, is that we're the only ones who use them, and also we are one of the largest carriers of nuclear weapons. And then I just want to say something a little bit last on the nuclear weapon question. If Iraq would have had a nuclear weapon, when George Bush had weapons of mass destruction, and found out that there wasn't, we wouldn't have attacked them. Because if Iraq could have used any weapon that would have destroyed America, or destroyed any parts of America, it would have ended up, we wouldn't have had a preemptive war. So nuclear weapons are good deterrents from people invading other countries, right? And so they're always going to want one. I'm sorry, I'm actually at a cafe, so you're hearing voices over. I apologize. In any case, I'm going to end the lecture here, and if you have any questions, let me know. This week's a little bit shorter on the lecture side. But anyways, okay.